Light into the Night with Ronald Sook and Sarah Park.
Hey everybody, we are back and we have with us Calvin Chu. He's a recording artist. We actually had him on our show a month or two ago, but it was over the phone, so I'm really excited right now to have him with us in studio. So I just want to welcome him to the show right now. Calvin, welcome to the studio.
Hey, Ronald.
How's it going?
It's pretty good.
So, what have you been up to since the last time that we spoke?
Well, I've actually been really busy with work because I work at UC Irvine in one of the housing communities. So that's been taking up a lot of my time, but I've also been working and preparing for my next album, Letters to Rain. Just writing more songs and trying to get into the groove of things.
So you have another album coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. That's so cool. So, yeah, I mean, what our hope is on the show is for Music Thursdays that we could really promote up-and-coming artists, and every time they have a new project to just promote them, you know. And even if you don't have a project going, if you are a musician, we just want to encourage you, you know, if you're a high school student, college student, and you write your own songs, let us know, lightnightradio@gmail.com. If email's not your thing, it's not my thing either. You can tweet us, Light Night Radio. You can Facebook message us, Light Night Radio. We'll get you on the show, you know. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just about getting the experience. It's about getting your song out there. You must have gone through those experiences. You know, I write songs like once every 3 months, and whenever I do, it comes out of a painful place. So, you know, God doesn't waste a tear. Oh, gosh, I just said a cliche. I hate cliches, but, you know, what that means is God, you know, you don't want to waste it. You wrote a song for a reason. So, yeah, just want to be a good platform for everybody out there. So, Light Night Radio. Can we hear a song?
Yeah, sure thing.
From your new album. What's the name of the album again?
The album's called Letters to Rain. It's actually an album that I wrote for my future daughter. So all the songs in the album are written like letters to my future daughter. So.
All right. Very prophetic stuff here. Last time you showcased a song called To My Future Wife, and now to your future daughter. It's pretty cool. All right, everybody. This is Calvin Chu from his new album. What's the song again, please?
It's called Emotion Sickness, like motion sickness, but emotion sickness.
Alrighty, here we go.
Alright, go. I know that life gets crazy. Love can feel like it just comes too easy. But you're up and you're down, scraped hard. When you fall down and scars never heal completely. Love is a game of simple timing. Even if two souls temporarily are intertwining, it's not who, it's a when, whether God chooses to send. But till then, it's just a game of waiting. But I'll always be here to catch you with and whenever you fall. I will hold you in my arms, hope you keep your head up standing tall. If you're ever feeling down and love has spun you around upside down, I will be here through it all. Catch your heart when pieces fall, and I'll help you through your heart's emotions sickness. You're blind, you love so blindly. When you're free, you love so freely. But when you fall in love with a soul, that's when you fall the hardest and fall completely. Love is a ride you're riding. Once you're on, you can't stop till it's ending. When you're locked and you're in, and it all starts to begin, and you feel like your life's unwinding. I'll always be here to catch you if and whenever you fall. I will hold you in my arms, hope you keep your head up standing tall. If you're ever feeling down and love has spun you right upside down, I will be here through it all, catch your heart when pieces fall, and I'll help you through your heart's emotion sickness. You might find it hard to smile, but it's only just a little while longer, not too much farther, but till then I always will be. I'll always be here to catch you if and whenever you fall. I will hold you in my arms, hope you keep your head up standing tall. If you're ever feeling down and love has spun you around upside down, I will be here through it all, catch your heart when pieces fall, and I'll help you through it. I will be. I'll always be here to catch you if and whenever you fall. I will hold you in my arms, hope you keep your head up standing tall. If you're ever feeling down and love has spun you around upside down, I will be here through it all, catch your heart when pieces fall, and I'll help you through your heart's emotion sickness.
All right, that was pretty terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. I'm kidding. Wow.
You were great.
It was awesome. It was awesome. What I really want to know is this. What was the inspiration for you writing that song?
Well, originally it's a song from me to my future daughter, right? Because it's in the album, but it's really for whenever my future daughter like ever deals with like heartbreak, you know, when she breaks up with her first boyfriend or whatever. Because yeah, like it's a really hard thing that everyone goes through, you know, that like emotional struggle. So this is like really like from my heart to hers. And when I was writing it, it was actually I was kind of thinking of it as if it was written like from God to like myself or from God to someone, because God will always be there to catch you when you fall, you know. So that was kind of like where I was going with it.
Yeah, you know, even for pastors, you know, I'm in seminary right now, and what I'm learning is, you know, you can't fix people, you can't change people, you can only be present with them, and it's God who's the one that's actually going to touch people and love on them and change people. So that's pretty profound that your song comes from your heart, but it's actually the voice of God to the person that's hurting. It's pretty amazing. And, you know, every time I see artists who record music and put it out there, I'm always fascinated to know how did they do it. And what I mean by that is it's easy to put stuff out on YouTube or SoundCloud, but how do you move from that to actually putting together an EP with a theme, with a coherent title, and how does that happen?
Well, I mean, in terms of just figuring out an album, something that I noticed about like a lot of pop culture, like a lot of albums, it's like a collection of songs. Like to me, like I feel like albums, like if you're gonna have a bunch of songs together, there should be like some sort of connecting theme or should tell some sort of story. So that's how I've always approached like my music. Like for the past album, the We Are the Chosen One, it's about a story of a guy who finds his identity through Christ. For this next album, it's Letters to Rain. It's all like letters that I wrote for my future daughter. Like I really want it to be cohesive, and that's why I feel makes an album. In terms of actually like making the music and recording and stuff, I actually spent a lot of time just researching like room acoustics, sound tech, sound engineering, just so I could teach myself how to, you know, use these tools. I've been very lucky and blessed to have like great friends who have like helped sponsor me through like different things. For example, the guitar I'm using, shout out to Kingdom Culture. Thank you very much. But yeah, they gave me a guitar to use for all my recording for performing and stuff. So what I basically do is I just have like standard equipment in my room. I treated my room acoustically, and I just recorded like I recorded in my dorm at UCI. Most people can't even really tell, which is great. So, yeah.
So you're not buying studio time or anything like that?
Nah, I mean, I'm in college trying to get through education, I would love to like record in studios and stuff, but I don't have the money or the time.
I love that you're doing it still. You're not waiting to quote unquote grow up. I think for Asian Americans, that's kind of the mentality we tend to get from our parents. You go to college, and we're not really encouraged to pursue the arts. We're not really encouraged to pursue our gifts. Let's say a student is gifted in science. I don't think we're really encouraged by our parents to pursue that as well, except for doing well in school. And we're not encouraged to do stuff outside of it. Maybe now it's changing, but that's why I love seeing people like yourself who are just doing it. They're not waiting to graduate. They're not waiting to get married. They're not waiting for their career to start. Just doing it. So that's pretty amazing. We're going to take a song break right now, but how do we get your new album?
So the new album, it's actually not going to be released until January, but I am planning to have a Kickstarter concert sometime in November. Just check my Facebook page, Calvin Chu Music, for more info. I will be recording the concert live, so that'll all be up on YouTube if you want to listen ahead of time. And if you don't know what Kickstarter is, it's basically a website where people have projects they want to do, and other people can pledge a certain amount to help fund those projects. So my goal for this next album is $5,000. I figure like with $5,000, I can like record everything and like produce everything, make the physical copies of the album and whatnot. Plus like shipping everything to everyone. So yeah, like definitely stay updated on that. Follow me at my Facebook. It's facebook.com/Calvin Chu Music. You can also like find out stuff on my YouTube channel. Just like search Calvin Chu and all that good stuff.
All right. You heard it, folks. Make sure you check it all out. Calvin Chu Music on Facebook and YouTube channel as well. We'll be right back after this. And we are back here in studio live with Calvin Chu. He's a recording artist. One thing I appreciate about him is that he's a student at UC Irvine, and he's not waiting to start. He's starting his music, recording whenever, wherever he can, putting his albums out there. So it's pretty cool. Calvin, thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Cool. And if our listeners want to get more info about you, they can go to Calvin Chu Music, right, on Facebook?
Yeah, just facebook.com/Calvin Chu Music. That's the best way to reach me.
All right. Cool, man.
All right. I want to just know, what made you get into music?
It's a funny story. I'm not actually very proud of it. Back when I was in high school, I had this like massive crush on this girl.
It usually starts with a girl.
Yeah, and because I knew she at her church, she was like in her church's like choir or worship team. So I was like, oh, so she probably likes music. So I was like, okay, so I guess I'll just teach myself how to sing and play guitar.
Wow,
and
seriously?
Yeah,
dude, that's hardcore.
I guess it didn't work out, but I mean, I ended up continuing music after that, just using it for God instead. So
wow, that's
Yeah.
great. How long has it been since you've been
let's
playing the guitar?
see. Well, guitar I started sophomore year of high school, and now I'm a fourth year in college. So I guess like between 5 and 6 years, or around that time. Wait, is that right? Maybe 6 to 7. Yeah.
Was it self-taught?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Did you look at YouTube clips or?
Actually, I did not, but I should have. I was really terrible at first.
What were you using to teach yourself guitar?
Just what I thought it was supposed to be.
Are you
Because like,
serious?
I was in orchestra, so I'm familiar with like string instruments and like the physics behind it. So I was like, okay, so this should probably work. And tried putting fingers around, and then just looking up like chords online and just trying to figure it out. Yep.
Oh, so you're good at plucking. It's really.
Oh, thanks. I mean, a lot of practice, like many hours and days of practice.
Can you give us a little more demo there?
I know,
sure.
please.
Yeah.
That was good.
I can't do that. I've been playing since 8th grade, and I'm still stuck in what I learned back then.
That's good. Wow. How do you get the lyrics? How do you get the words to your songs?
Okay, well it's kind of interesting. It really depends, because sometimes my songs, they're written like in the spur of the moment, and they just flow out of my head, like God sent them down to me or something. Like for example, the Dear Future Wife song you guys played last time I was interviewed on this show. I wrote that song in like 20 minutes. Like, it was super fast, but it really depends, because like some songs, they take me much longer to write too. And I think it really depends on what the purpose behind the song is and what's the message behind it. So, yeah.
Well, how did you become a Christian? How did it happen?
It's kind of a long story. I don't know if we have time for it today, but basically, I didn't know what I was doing in life. I was like kind of lost, I guess, typical lost person. And I was invited to a church retreat sometime like near the end of middle school, I think. And just from there, that's kind of where I first experienced God. And
Who invited you?
I think it was probably one of my best friends, Luke, but it also might have been someone else. It was a long time ago. But yeah, that was when I first like really kind of encountered God. I don't think I completely believed right away. It's been a long time. But basically through high school, I just like tried seeking out God, trying to figure out what to do about it. Yeah, I just started doing this thing at my high school, like morning prayer. I just go to school every morning, just early, just to pray and really like think about like God and like pray for the school, pray for my friends, pray for myself, and that stuff.
That's awesome. To start your day off with the Lord. Yeah. I mean, did God wake you up every morning, or was it?
Well, there would be times when I'd be really mad at my alarm clock. But, it's doing it daily. It becomes part of the routine. Yeah. It's good, like just starting the day, talking to God.
When did you feel like you crossed from, the New Testament talks about death to life, from darkness to light?
I feel like for me that probably happened sometime in the middle of high school. Like, high school was definitely a crazy time for me. Like, a lot of ignorance, but also a lot of maturity in like different aspects. Like, I was totally a derp. Like, I was not one of the cool kids in high school. But while I was there, I learned a lot about God and like what He's done for us, and just trying to incorporate that into like my lifestyle. Just making sure the things I do like reflect what God has prepared for us.
Is there anything that you want to share to future songwriters? Because it's not easy. Like writer's block, it's hard.
Well, yeah, actually talking about writer's block, let it happen. Like, if you can't write anything, don't push too hard. Just take a step back, think about where you are in life and what you want to write about. Because what I've noticed is a lot of people write guy to girl songs, like typical like love song, like, oh, love you forever, blah, blah. But that's not what all music is about. I mean, music started from God because God created everything, right? There are so many things in life that you can write about, and if you take the time to step back and really look on each aspect of your life, there is so much inspiration everywhere.
Any tips on melodies? Because it's not easy also. Because sometimes, people will just sit there like, oh, I don't know what kind of melody I need to, think of.
Yeah, how do I write my melodies? I don't even know. For me, my writing style, like I usually write my melody the same time as I write my lyrics. So it kind of just happens.
You're blessed.
Yeah, so I've definitely been blessed that way. I mean, if you want ideas for melodies, you could always just listen to a lot of music, like spend time immersing yourself in your favorite artist and just like doodling on the piano or doodling on guitar or whatever instrument you play. Choosing whatever sounds good to you and whatever fits for the song you're trying to write.
Who are your favorite artists?
Ooh, that's hard. Let's see. Well, I mean, I really love worship bands. Like, I love New Song, Desperation Band, Starfield, Jesus Culture, a lot of Christian artists. For secular artists, I really like 30 Seconds to Mars, One Republic, Switchfoot is kind of Christian, but kind of not really. It's like they're Christian, but they write for the secular audience, which I love. That's like kind of what I'm trying to do.
I consider them Christian because all their musical ideas come from Scripture.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I love those bands. Let's see, I love Relient K. The Fray is also really good.
Oh yeah.
I actually have like a ton of pictures on my wall, like of a bunch of my favorite artists and bands, just to keep myself motivated. So yeah, just remembering that other people have done things before you, and it's okay to fail. Just pick yourself back up and just keep trying.
Those are great tips for future musicians and songwriters.
All right. Thank you for being with us, man.
Yeah, of
So
course.
cool. Appreciate it. Come back when your album's about to be released, and we'll do another one. Hey, everybody. So that's our time with Calvin Chu. Thank you so much for being here, Calvin. And if you want more information, you can look him up on Facebook. That's Calvin Chu Music, CalvinChu, Calvin Chu Music. And we'll be right back after this amazing song.